Welcome to all here in the session of mathematics. In today's session, we will discuss mathematical formulation of LPP. Before going to the problem, we have to follow what are the steps which are to be adopted to find the mathematical formulation of LPP. You see, in the first step, first you have to identify the decision variables. In the next step, second step, identify the constraint, that is linear inequation, or it may be equation. In the third step, identify the objective function, that is z, it may be maximum or minimum. In the fourth step, non-negative restriction, the unknown variables, that is the decision variables should be followed non-negative restriction. In the last step, that is in the fifth step, the type of optimization, that means it may be maximum or it may be minimum. Now we'll take the problems. You see the question, first questions, a merchant buys two models X and Y of TV at rupees 25,000 and 50,000 respectively. He gets a profit of 1,500 on X whereas rupees 2,000 on Y. And also given the sales cannot exceed 20 sets in a month. Again given if he cannot invest more than 6 lakh rupees, then you have to formulate the LPP determining the number of sets of each type must keep in stock for maximum profit. From the question we come to know that there are two types of TV. First one is X model and the second one is Y model. Again he is asking how many X models and how many Y models should be kept by the merchant for his maximum profit. So your supposition should be, let the merchant should be kept X1 number of first model and X2 number of second model for his maximum profit. Okay, let us write, let the maximum profit. So from this we conclude that X1 should be greater than equal to 0 and X2 should be greater than equal to 0. Since negative number of TV will not be there, that's why X1 should be either 0 or greater than 0, X2 should be either 0 or greater than 0. So we have completed non-negative restriction. First condition we have finished. Next, again the given condition can be written inside a table. How is it? You see. So the given information can be written in the table as there are two types of TV, X model and Y model. Cost per TV is 25,000 for X model. So how many TVs are there for X model? X1 numbers of TVs are there for X models. For one TV 25,000. For X1 numbers of TV we have 25,000, X1 25,000, X1 rupees. Okay, again 50,000 rupees for one TV for Y model. We have X2 numbers of TV for Y model. So for X2 number of TV, for one TV 50,000, for X2 number of TV 50,000 X2 rupees. Okay, so total investment amount is 25,000 X1 plus 50,000 X2. But it has given that the total investment not more than 6 lakh. That means should be less than equal to 6 lakh. 6 lakh. Okay. So dividing 25,000 both those sides, we will get X1 plus 2X2 less than equal to 24. This is the first constraints. Again, for the second constraints, the total number of TV should not be sold by the merchant, that is given 20 numbers. That means X1 plus X2 should be less than equal to 20. That means the merchant should not be sold not more than 20 TVs in total. So X1 plus X2 less than equal to 20. That is the equation number 2 or constraint 2. Okay, now to get the profit, that is the objective function. So Z is equal to profit per 1 TB. Profit per TB is 1500 for X model. That means for X1 numbers of TB, 1500 X1 profit, and profit per TB 2000 rupees for Y model. So we have X2 numbers of TB for Y model. So total profit is 2000 X2, 2000 X2 rupees. So this profit should be maximum. This one is maximum. So we have the LPP. This one is the first constraint, this one is the second constraint, and this is the objective function, and the non-negative restriction will be here. So this should be mentioned clearly at the below. Okay, you see. So the mathematical formulation, that's why maximum Z is equal to 1500 X1 plus 2000 X2, and subject to the constraints. First one is X1 plus 2X2 less than equal to 24. Second one is X1 plus X2 less than equal to 20, and non-negative restriction X1 greater than equal to 0, X2 greater than equal to 0. So that's all for the problem number 1. Now we will start the next problem. You read the question carefully. Second question: a man starts a poultry farm investing at most 3000 rupees. He can buy old hens for rupees 80 each and a young one for rupees 140 each. But he cannot house more than 30 hens. That means what? Restriction is there. Total number of hens should be less than equal to 30. Okay, next, 4x old hens lays 4 eggs per week and young ones lays 5 eggs per week. Each egg being sold at rupees 5 given. Again, the cost rupees 5 to feed an old hen, rupees 8 to feed a young hen per week. Now formulate this problem determining the number of hens of each type he should buy so as to earn 300 rupees per week. First of all, let a man buys X number of old hens and Y number of young hens to earn the maximum profit. First you have to mention here. Okay, let us start. Let a man buy X number of old hens and Y number of young hens to earn a maximum profit. Okay, first you have to mention maximum profit. Okay, then the cost price of old hen is equal to how much given? 80 rupees, and the cost price of young hen is equal to 140 rupees. Maximum investment is less than equal to given 3000. Okay, would you follow or not? First of all, given X number of old hens, Y number of young hens, our supposition. These are two decision variable. Next, each old hen rupees 80. Then how many old hens are there? X number of old hens there. So therefore 80 X rupees invested on the old hen plus now 140 rupees for each young hen. So how many young hens are there? Y number of, so 140Y, and this one should be less than equal to how much? 3000. Okay, would you follow first? This one is the constraint 1, again given he cannot house more than 30 hens. That means total number of hens should be less than equal to 30. So you should mention here again he cannot house more than 30 hens. That means x plus y less than equal to 30. That means the total number of hens should be less than equal to 30. At most 30 or less than 30. Okay. This one is the second constraint. Old hens lays 4 eggs per week and young ones lays 5 eggs per week. So you should mention again old hens per week. So x number of old hens are there and y number of young hens are there. So total number of eggs should be equal to 4x plus 5y. Each one is sold at rupees 5. So we have how much earning? 4x plus 5y whole into 5. That is nothing but the 20x plus 25y. This much rupees already we are earning. Also the investment on feeding rupees 5 on old hen and rupees 8 on young hen given. That means we have x number of old hen and y number of young hens are there. So total amount of investment on feeding should be equal to 5x plus 8y rupees. But we have the income by selling the egg 20x plus 25y before. So 20x, this is the income amount and this one is the expenditure amount on feeding. So income minus expenditure is equal to profit. So total profit is equal to 20x plus 25y minus 5x plus 8y. Again this one given, the profit should be greater than equal to 300 per week. So this amount should be greater than equal to 300. So 15x, 20x minus 5x is equal to 15x, 25y minus 8y is equal to 17y greater than equal to 300, which is the constraint number 3. Also these 15x, this profit amount is equal to how much? 15x plus 17y. This profit amount should be maximum. So maximum z is equal to 15x plus 17y. This is the objective function and 3 constraints are there. Non-negative restriction is x greater than equal to 0, y greater than equal to 0. So the given LPP formulated as maximum z is equal to 15x plus 17y subject to x plus y less than equal to 30, 80x 140y less than equal to 3000, 15x plus 17y greater than equal to 300. These are the 3 constraints and objective function should be maximized and non-negative restriction x greater than equal to 0, y greater than equal to 0. So make it a note for your reference. Next we will go to the number 3. Now we will go to the next problem, which is a diet problem. So which is very important for your board examination. First you read the question carefully. Here 2 types of foods x and y are mixed to prepare a mixture in such a way that mixture contains at least 10 units of vitamin A and 12 units of vitamin B, 8 units of vitamin C. These vitamins are available in 1 kg of food as per the table. Table already given. X food contains vitamin A 1 unit, vitamin B 2 unit, vitamin C 3 unit, likewise y given, and also asking 1 kg of food X cost rupees 15 and that of Y is 20 rupees. Formulate the LPP to determine the least cost of mixture containing required amount of vitamins. Okay, so from the questions we come to know that there are 2 types of foods. First food is the X type and next food is Y type. So again he is asking you have to find the amount of X food and Y food should be mixed to prepare a mixture to get the required vitamins. So your supposition should be likewise, let x1 kg of fast food and x2 kg of Y food should be mixed to prepare a mixture which is contains required amount of vitamins. So let us mention here, let the required vitamins. So we have written, let the mixture contains x1 kg of x food and x2 kg of y food to get the required vitamins. Okay, from this we conclude that x1 should be greater than 0 or maybe is equal to 0. Okay, again x2 kg of y food, that means x2 kg means x2 should be greater than 0 or equal to maybe 0. Okay, so we have completed non-negative restriction. Next, the given information can be written in the table as follows. You see, the given, this one is cost per kg is 20. So you see the table, the given information can be written in the table as follows. There are two types of food. First one is X food, second one is Y food. Again, 1 kg of X food contains 1 unit of vitamin A and 1 kg of Y food contains 2 unit of vitamin A. Now we have x1 kg of X food and x2 kg of Y food. So 1 kg of X food contains 1 unit of vitamin A. That means x1 kg of X food should contain 1 x1 unit of vitamin A. Likewise, 1 kg of Y food contains 2 unit of vitamin A. So we have x2 kg of Y food. So x2 kg of Y food should contains 2 x2 unit, okay, vitamin A. So this much total vitamin A contains by the mixture, but it should be more than at least 10 units, because given the mixture should contains at least 10 units of vitamin A. So it should be greater than equal to 10 unit. That means minimum 10 units vitamin A should be here. Likewise for vitamin B, 2x1 plus 2x2 should be greater than equal to 12 unit, and the third constant is 3x1 plus 1x2 greater than equal to 8 unit. So already we have found 3 constants. Now the objective function for minimum here, because here he is asking formulate the LPP, the least cost of mixture containing the required amount of vitamins. That means this cost should be minimum. That means objective function should be minimum. So cost per kg X food is 16 rupees. So we have x1 kg of X food. So Z is equal to 16 x1 rupees, and 1 kg of Y food is 20 rupees cost. So x2, we have the x2 kg of Y food. So 20 x2 rupees should be invested. Okay, and this amount should be least. That means this one is minimum, this one is minimum Z. So objective function already we have found, and here 3 constants are there, and non-negative restriction already we have found. So you should mention below this, all these things should be mentioned clearly. Hence the mathematical formulation of the given LPP should be is minimize Z, or minimum Z is equal to 16x1 plus 20x2, which is subject to the constraints x1 plus 2x2 greater than equal to 10. Next one is 2x1 plus 2x2 greater than equal to 12. You can write x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 6, dividing both sides by 2. And third one is 3x1 plus x2 greater than equal to 8. And non-negative restriction x1 greater than equal to 0, x2 greater than equal to 0. So in this way you can find the LPP, that is mathematical formulation of the given LPP. So if you will face any problem or any difficulty, you can message me. I will clarify your difficulties or problem. So that's all for the today's session. Make it a note. Thank you.